Good afternoon. It's the Saints man on the CX small van driver, and it's Sunday the 16th, and it's 4:30. First of all, last weekend, the mighty Saints. Oh, what a day Twickenham was. Wowzers. I was no good for nothing Sunday. Still feeling pretty delicate Monday. But hey, we won. And yeah, amazing. Amazing day. Twickenham was brilliant. Yeah, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough. Um, Last week was all about early starts, and yep, let's get you a bit closer. Early starts every day. My latest start, I'm looking down, was 6:45. I did a 5:45 start, a 6 o'clock start, a 5 a.m. start, and a 5:45 start, and a 6:45 start. But it gets you money. It gets you that job in before the CX gets busy, because the CX doesn't get busy until 9 o'clock onwards, really. Unless you're in London, Birmingham, you may start at about 8 o'clock. If you can get a job in with a little bit of money, then you should be okay for the week, which it worked out in the end. It took a while. Sorry about the light, guys. The sun's here. I've tried different ways, and this is the best way to do it. So let's crack on. Monday, had an okay day. Had a job booked in from Friday, and it was a laptop. Took that down to Reading, no problem at all. And I managed to pick up a job, Slough, and it was two drops. One was Greenford, and one was no, three drops, sorry. And one was Wembley, right next to the stadium, and one was Luton. And they were all going to fitters from a plumbing company. So it was okay. Contact numbers. I suggest if you ever go to a building site or somewhere where you're going to go to meet a fitter on site and it's a building site or a housing or flats, ring before and say, look, I'm going to be 10 minutes away. Three charts, someone can come and meet me, or where do I go? It saves a lot of aggro, let me tell you, and it did that day. And also, Monday I picked up more laptops for Tuesday going down to Fareham, which was okay. So Tuesday I started again, 6:15. Went down to Fareham, had to be there before 9, no problem. And then I got a job pretty much straight away, and it was South Sea going to central London, which I don't quote on mileage. When I'm going to London in a bit, I quote on how long I think it will take me and quote accordingly. And the customer was happy to pay. The ship had phoned through and it was happy to pay. It was about £1.50, 160 a job, but that's what it is in London. And then Tuesday I picked up again. I had a phone call from a private, one of my private clients. He ships as well, but what he does, he phones me to see if I'm available the next day, and it's for installation. And he offers me the job, and if I can't do it, he'll put it on the CX. And I said I could do it. It was picking up Northampton, so I did. I picked up Northampton, and I had to deliver it to Lincoln Wednesday morning, which was fine. Got to be there at 8 o'clock, so another 6 o'clock start, but no worries. And that went swimmingly, no problem at all. Best thing about early starts is lack of traffic. You can get somewhere. And I'd also got a second job booked in because I knew I was going to Lincoln on the Tuesday night. I'd already got the load on, and I knew it was going to be delivered at 8. I managed to get a job from Woodhall Spa to Loughborough with a 10 o'clock pickup. Woodhall Spa was about 40 minutes away, 20 miles. So I knew I'd got plenty of time to marry the two up, which I did. And did the first job, no problem. Second job, had a break, had a breakfast, picked up a residential address, Woodhall Spa to Loughborough. And then I got a third job, which was Colville to Stoke-on-Trent. Normally Stoke-on-Trent, it flags up JCB. No, it was a windscreen going from one depot to another, which went fine. And then it was a struggle. Stoke, I say a struggle, it wasn't really a struggle. I did get a job quite quickly, but I was looking to get home, closer to home if I could. But the only job I'd got was from Fenton, which is a suburb of Stoke, down to Grantham, which is again Lincolnshire. So, and again, I was 65 miles from home, but really good days of money. Wednesday was my best day by a long way. I ended up doing 4 jobs, and they were all well-paid jobs. So when I got to Grantham, I got enough money to get home without affecting the pence per mile too much. Uh, I've got a job booked in as well. Thursday, I had to pick it up uh, Wednesday night, which I did, and it was going up to Stoke-on-Trent. So I picked the item up Wednesday night, and it was delivered to Stoke-on-Trent. And that again was a private job, wasn't through the CX. I got a phone call seeing if I was available from a different person, and I was, and I got well paid for that to go to Stoke-on-Trent. It went to the university, and it was for an exhibition. All good, and I got an instant. I got a job from Stoke-on-Trent down to Birmingham, and it was a pallet, quite a chunky pallet, but it's about 250, 300 kilos, but not a problem. And we took it to Birmingham, and it was just sort of North Birmingham, inside the M6, but it was north of the actual centre. And then I was looking for a job, and a job was on there from Redditch, which is obviously south of Birmingham, going to Buckingham. And I quoted on that because it was a 2 o'clock pickup in the afternoon. And Buckingham is only 30 miles from my house. And I got it. Again, I had a fair bit of waiting time between jobs. It's quite nice sometimes, you can do your paperwork, you can get out, go for a walk, get a coffee, whatever. You're not under stress. So apologies for the cough, but what it is. Anyway, we did that job to Buckingham, and that was it. That was as far as I could say. I'm going home, job done. There was a job come on, and believe it or not, I was going past it. It was from just out. It was between Buckingham and my house. It was on the route, and it was picking up from a shipper. Never worked for him before. They haven't been on the CX very long at all, but they've been in the transport business for 20 years. But they've gone on the CX because they are getting items, one pallet or boxes that are out of the way, that it's cheaper for them to sub out on the CX. So I had a nice chat with a guy, and yep, I was only down the road. I was 10 miles down the road, and yeah, had a quick chat. And I says, if you need a courier and I'm available, I'd appreciate it. He paid really good money, and it was going to Worcester on the Friday, and I had to be there before 8:30. And I got it there on the Friday, again, early start, 6:15. I got it there for 8:15 and got it delivered, no issues. Reported back to him, he was happy, very happy. And I was just looking for one job home on the Friday, and me done. That would be done. And I managed to get a job. I was in Worcester for a bit, and then a job. There was a couple of jobs not near me, but not where I wanted to go. I wanted to get home. And a job come on, Tewkesbury, which is 12 miles south of Worcester. That's where I had to go anyway, 12 miles south to Silverstone, which is ideal for me. And I quite reasonable rates because there wasn't a driver in Tewkesbury because I checked on the little, who's nearby. And I got a phone call and said, yep, brilliant. Can you pick that up? I did. I've been to this place countless times, and it was going to Silverstone, one of the Formula One teams. So I thought that'll be me done. That's pucker. Just about got target. With the VAT, I'm well over target. And that'll do. And I got to Silverstone, and I was queuing up to get in. You have to go past security. And the job come on from Silverstone to Banbury. And it was 15 miles loaded. And I thought, and it was pick up within half an hour. And I thought, well, it's got to be here. Silverstone's not a big place. The circuit is, and they've got a lot of units around there. So I thought it's got to be one of these. So I quoted on it. I quoted high, what I thought was quite high. I thought if I'm going to do it, I'm going to Banbury, further away from home. But if I can do it and get the money, it tops the week up. And I did get it. There was no other driver in Silverstone. And I quoted good pence per mile. I quoted it was over £2 a mile. Well over £2 a mile. In fact, I'd say near £3 a mile. And got it. Because it was urgent, they needed it, and it was to pick it up It wasn't where Silverstone Circuit was. It was in the village, but there's a little industrial units. I was picking it up from one of them. So we did that as well. So that really helped the day, and I was still done by 12:30. I started at 5:45, so I did 6 and 3/4 hours Friday, and I had a really good day. I could have done more, but I wanted to get home because we were away. We just got back actually from the Royal County Three Counties show in Malvern. We went yesterday morning, went to the show, great time, really massive show. And we had a really good mooch round, all sort of all dayish really. And then we stayed over in a hotel in Malvern. There's 4 of us went, and then we went to Stratford today, and we've got home this afternoon. So I'm a bit knackered actually, but all good. And the money worked out as well last week. I did 1,400 miles in 5 days, 4.5 days. 51 hours duty. That's getting pretty regular now. 50 hours. Yeah, it's 50 hour. It's a 10 hour averaging 10 hours a day. It's 50-hour week is an average between 48 and 51. 34 hours driving, which again is pretty norm. And my money before that was 1,032. With that, 12,380.40. Pay my VAT, my 10% flat rate, brings it out at 1,114.56, which is £222 a day, which is 91 pence. Let's be precise. So a good week, and I averaged 80 pence, just under 80, well, 79.5 pence every mile, dead miles the lot, every mile. So it's a good week. It was all early starts, so it gets you going, but it's going to be not. I'm trying to cut out doing every early start. I like to have one little late in, but it was fine. And we got the money in. Next week, I've already got a job Monday, and it's Kettering to Cambridge with a waiting return back to Kettering. Not picking up till 8:15, so I'm not going to be leaving my house much before 7:15, 7:30, and that's good enough. That's great. So be fresh and ready to go again. Fuel prices. I haven't mentioned them for a while. I got 116, my cheapest fuel last week, and it's 117 next week, nearly 118. So is it going back up? I don't know. It works out 140, 141. It's not much of a saving at the moment because Morrison's around us is 144. So it's going back to that threepence, saving threepence and fourpence, whereas before it was 8 and 10 pence. So, but hey, we see how it goes. But I say, fantastic last weekend. Saints was brilliant. Honest to God, we got to bed about 2 o'clock in the morning. And the Sunday we just, well, I did grandkids for 3 hours, but just did nothing Sunday. Absolutely nothing last Sunday. I'm so glad I did the vlog on the Friday. But this weekend's been a really good weekend. I've got, have I got a 5-day week next week? I think I have. Let's have a look. Yep, nothing booked in. So I've got a 5-day week next week. And we've got a free weekend. So, all good. Hope everyone's doing all right, making money. I've heard on the grapevine that my friend Neil at Neptune Couriers has got his 1,000 subscribers. So my free coffee will be coming, I presume. Neil, we'll see. He don't know that that was the deal, but I thought I'd mention it. That there's obviously a price to pay. But yeah, really pleased for you, Neil. All the other guys doing well, and the weather seems okay. We've had a good day. It was been rubbish, really, for the temperature, but we're up to sort of 19 degrees today, 20 degrees. Hope you're all making money. Please like and subscribe. Keep pushing my videos. The more you subscribe, doesn't cost you anything. The more people hear about it. I'll try and answer all your questions. You know, it's unscripted. I don't script nothing. I can't swap screens and all that crap. I'm just sitting there in my Joe 90 chair, as it's now nicknamed, and saying what I think. So, like I say, have a great week. Any questions, put me in. I do answer them. Might not be the same day, but I'll try and answer them. Try and be helpful. And we'll speak next week. Take care.